I was born in 1975. Born and raised, born in Easton, raised in Trapp. Left here when I was 18, did 10 years in the U.S. Navy. And then once I got out of the Navy, made my way into the contract tower program, which is what Easton is. It's a FAA contract tower, which took me through Bridgeport, Connecticut, back down to Salisbury. And then when Easton was built and opened in 2007, I came here as the original manager. But after 7 years, I took a position at headquarters in D.C. to kind of see what that was all about, and to gain that headquarters level knowledge. And after 4 years of that, I decided that I had plenty. When the opportunity came up to transition back to Easton, I thought that was a good time to transition back. So absolutely, I remember the airport when it was a lot smaller and a lot less active than what it was. But I remember it in the Mr. Noonan days, and of course, Mr. Marsh took over for a bit after that, and when Mike Henry got here, I think things really started to grow and expand. And in the early 2000s, with some things that happened post 9/11 and the expansion of the DC air defense zone, the airport benefited from aircraft having to come here and do their flight training from the Western Shore more, because they were restricted over there for a number of years. So the activity at Easton picked up, which drove the need for the tower, and of course we had the vice president back then. So
what does that mean from a tower perspective? Different protocols? Certainly
different protocols. I mean, back in those days, we had to, our staffing was increased slightly back then, and we always had to have a supervisor here to a standalone supervisor to monitor that operation. We'd have Secret Service in the tower, Secret Service on the ramp, things of that nature. So it was a higher security thing. But even since then, there are airports like Easton still play a huge role in national security. If there's going to be VIP movements, presidential movements that come onto the shore, we usually participate in the pre-briefing, and we will be we'll be tapped into what's called the Domestic Events Network, and we will monitor that network and basically have like a direct line to the security forces. So I mean, we're not doing that on a day-to-day basis now, but if there are presidential movements, or other high-level VIP movements, even as a small air traffic facility, we're brought into that to monitor. So air traffic in general has the primary duty to separate aircraft, avoid collision and things of that nature. But we do have a secondary duty of maintaining that security vigilance as well. And having the tower here in Talbot County is able to provide that, and that's something that we're doing that the citizens of Easton and Talbot County really don't even think about on a day-to-day basis.